There. Oh, am I on? Am I on? Okay, there we go. Hello, hello, hello. I am sorry for the scuff. I am sorry for the scuff. I was doing my vocal warm-ups and then I saw I got a raid, so I feel the need to say hello to the raiders and cut my vocal warm-ups a little bit short. Hello, Alon Knighton, and your Space Mage raid. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I am deeply, deeply sorry that you are in a 30C room. What were you doing? Alon Knighton. You're playing ESO. Okay, how is ESO? I've actually never played ESO. My Elder Scroll experience is very, very limited. I pretty much just played the PlayStation port of Morrowind. That's about it. That is about all of my Elder Scrolls experience. Mix, oh my goodness, Mix, I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to see you. Oh my goodness, I hope that you are doing well. And very funny that those VTubers are always so bad at tech. Let me hold on. Let me back up a bit. Let me back up a bit. Wow, this chat room tried to reconnect hundreds of times. Hello Irenu. Hello Irenu. Hello Hux in Love. Hello Space Circus. Hello Mura. Yes. Yes, OBS crashed instantaneously on launching. OBS crashed instantaneously on launching. Hello to me. Hello Leshy. Hello Leshy. Hello Space. Oh, hello Mr. Overheats. The nice little Rulelu. Hello, hello, hello. Hello Karatsun. And this is the Raiders welcoming. And hello Alon Knighton. Hello Draft Lyrics. Did I miss anybody? Am I all caught up? And of course, hello Mix. Hello, hello, hello. And of course, hello VOD watchers, and hello lurkers, and hello anybody else who's going to be coming in here. Hello, hello, hello. It is so good to see all of you today. It's so good to see all of you today. I did get started a little bit early because Vex pointed out that this stream is probably going to make my kitchen smell pretty horrendous, and I wanted to get a little bit earlier so that my roommates would not encounter it as badly as they might. So to be honest, I'm not actually that concerned. I'm not thinking about it, I'm probably being overly concerned. I'm probably being overly concerned. But yes, yes. Hello, hello, hello. I hope that, Alon Knighton, that you had a wonderful time with ESO. Oh, wow. My internet is being dreadful. Wow. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. Oh boy. Let me oh, I didn't even see Domat.DAO. I did not even see Domat.DAO. Did not even see Domat.DAO. That's a bad sign. That is a bad, bad sign. That is a bad, bad sign. Who boy. Let me just go around closing everything I can get my hands on, because I need very little open right now. I need very, very little open right now. I really just need... Hello, Casual Enjoyer. Hello, hello, hello. Casual Enjoyer. French sounding. French sounding. Very lovely, very lovely. And hello, Domat.DAO. Hello, Domat.DAO. I think oh, and Bloodaholic. There we go. Bloodaholic. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much for the follow. But yes. So, to contextualize a little bit about my plan for today, I don't know why I feel like I feel like I'm speed yapping right now. I feel like I'm speed yapping right now. I think I should slow down. I think I should slow down, take it a little bit easier. There we go. There we go. There we go. This is a more normal pace for me. being a little bit fast. But yes. I hope people are doing well. I had a lovely weekend myself, though I must say I am not a fan of the heat around here. I complain about this almost every stream. But I need to live somewhere colder than New York. I need to live somewhere genuinely frozen. I need the land of the ice and snow, as the old song goes. But yes. Just a little bit of context on this one. Oh, did I drop? I just see a big no from Space Circus and no other alerts. Yeah. I do think about Doma.DAO. I do think about it. It would be nice. To have health insurance that is remotely functional. That sounds very lovely. Amusingly, I know 3 Quebecois streamers. And all of them have left Canada. None of them live in Canada at all. 2 of them live in the States, and one of them lives in Japan. Which is interesting to me because I've also never met a Quebecois anywhere else in my life. I've never met a Quebecois in real life. They're all VTubers. Every single Quebecois I have ever met in my life has been a VTuber. And that's interesting. Hello, Angel of Sin. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, no, I'm sorry, Space. I am with Mix. I am with Mix on this one. I would consider it to be too hot starting around 70 Fahrenheit, and I only really consider it to be too cold around -20 Fahrenheit. Negative 20 and 8 Fahrenheit and 80 Fahrenheit are about the same level of discomfort for me, I would say. And I just don't really know anywhere. I've never lived anywhere where there was more often -20 than it was 80 plus. This is a thing that Kari Charybdis has talked about, is I am well, Angel of Sin. I'm about to be a lot worse. This stream is going to be a test for me. But yes, yeah, why are all the VTubers Canadian? This is something that Kari has talked about quite often, is that VTubers do seem to be overrepresented very badly in VTubing, and it's a thing that I think about in particular is that there aren't very many New York VTubers. I can think of a handful. And the only one that anybody else ever knows is Bodega Rat. There are very few New York-based VTubers, considering that there are 12 million New Yorkers, right? You know, there's more New Yorkers than there are Scandinavians in total, right? And despite that, I'm pretty sure there are more Scandinavian and Swedish VTubers than there are New Yorker VTubers. So we're very underrepresented. And part of my hypothesis about why New York is underrepresented is that the performing arts scene here is so aggressive. Yeah, hello, Gringotts. It's like the NHL. Yeah, like the NHL. My theory with New York is that all the New Yorkers who would get into VTubing are stand-up comics or jazz art musicians or something. Like they're all doing local stuff. So they're not online. I thought Sweden was 8 million and Denmark was 4 million. I thought dang. Okay. I thought Denmark and Norway were 4 million and Sweden was 8 million. Well, it was about 12 million between the Nope, I'm just bad at math. That would be 16 million anyway. Thank you, Emperor's Armpits, and also hello. Hello. I misremembered. I misremembered. I also am. Today is going to be one of me making a lot of factual mistakes. I am going to be making a lot of factual mistakes today, because I got maybe an hour of sleep last night. Again, I hate being hot. I hate the heat. I loathe the heat. You're right in like 2010. Okay, I mean that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. So they've had pretty rapid population growth since over the last 10 years. That's pretty good clip. That's a pretty good clip on population growth. That's interesting. That's interesting. I never thought of Northern Europe as having decent population growths. I'm used to people talking about those countries having very low population growths for very long times. I'm behind on my demography. I mean, I'm an American, and it's if there is one thing that if there's one single factor that I would say that points to what makes America different than other countries, why does America have the kind of economic and technological effects that it has? It's immigration. So yeah, I am it's one of those things that I've talked about on here with some frequency that I find pretty funny, is how many immigrants I have met. Good for them. Immigration's been very good for the United States. I am a fan of very open immigration policies. I've had careers where I worked with lots of immigrants. Well, and hopefully cuisine. Hopefully having a large number of Afghan and Pakistani immigrants that I know those are the big ones for, and Syrian are the big ones for Sweden. Hello, Vaticama. And yes, casual enjoyer. I'm very grateful that I am not in Southeast Asia. And from the news, I get the impression that it's even worse in India. Oh, Old Man Azriel, Raiders, welcome in. Night Farm Raid. What does Night Farm Raid mean? I'm assuming it wasn't Stardew, because that's day farming. Oh, okay, it was Stardew. Can you do night farming in Stardew? I've played very little Stardew. I made the horrible mistake of playing Stardew after playing some other cozy games that are derivatives of Stardew. So now Stardew feels odd to me. Hello Chocoloco, hello Icon Draws, hello Mel with a C, and hello Old Man Ezreal. I am assuming that you are also a fellow Old Man VTuber, so hello. Welcome in Raiders. Mostly it's morning. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking Graveyard Keeper was what first occurred to me. Oh, you are also from Southeast Asia. Yeah, I am grateful that I am not in Southeast Asia. Oh, hold on. I'm falling behind on follows. Thank you for the follow, Chocoloco 101 and Ave Luria. Welcome here, and thank you for the follow. I hope you enjoy it here. Yeah, I am melting here in New York. And what is it? Let me check my phone. Yeah, it's 28.5 in my room. It is 28.5 in my room, and I live in what is considered canonically a cold city. Also, I can draw. Thank you for the follow. Yes. Thank you, Mel with the C. I am very happy. I'm currently on PNG. I feel like I need to apologize, even though that's totally not the appropriate reaction at all. This is not the time for an apology. Casual enjoyer, thank you for the follow. This is the PNG. The model will be debuting in On the 17th. There we go. There we go. I told you I'd be a little bit slow-witted today. I'd be a little bit dim-witted today. Yes, Mel with a C. New York is the... There is no city north of New York that has a higher population than New York. There is an interesting way of organizing cities. Is what is the city at this latitude or higher that has the highest population? New York is one of those. I am excited. I am anxious. Unsurprisingly, I am anxious, but I'm nervous. But I think that this is true of any time that you do a big leap forward. I will say I do feel the need always as ever to kind of temper expectations a little bit. I always worry that people. I am a cozy old man who tries to keep a nice, cozy, and kind atmosphere. Do not expect a laser light show. Do not expect a laser light show or a big lore video. Oh my goodness, you're in Dubai. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I cannot even imagine being in Dubai. I cannot even imagine being in Dubai. I know that South and West Asia are currently racking up those 40 plus Cs, and oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But yes, so I will be doing my debut spread out over the week. It'll be a week-long event. Three streams. I'll probably do it 3 streams because I have learned. I've been streaming for about a year. I've been streaming for about a year, and I have learned that if I stream 5 days in a row, I get very dim-witted. I feel like my streaming quality falls pretty badly. Hello, Pekoneko. Hello. I always love saying your name, Pekoneko. But yes. I hope you're having a lovely time in Stardew Valley. And if anybody from the raid wants to take off and get on with the rest of their day, that is extremely reasonable. I know that for you folks over in Southeast Asia, this is going to be very late in the day for you. Yes, Mel with a C. One of my very good streaming friends, Capable Mabel, she streams 5 days a week. It's incredible. And many of those streams are very long. She's on camera like 50, 60 hours a week. And I can't keep that up. I need to do other things. I actually just last night read a fascinating article. Okay, I can draw. So you're in the Philippines. Okay. I'm learning these things. You already said that you're in Southeast Asia. Actually, I treat it like it's a full-time job. It's just that if I'm on camera, I need to do things that are off camera. I need to keep myself sharp with off-camera stuff. I can only keep I've done it. I've done 50 plus hours of streaming in a week. I just get my streams just fall off a cliff in quality. Hello Nando. Enjoy work. How do I do this? Nando, if you want to link your YouTube channel, I'm just not going to bop you if you do that. Nando and I last week did a very lovely stream on his channel of Age of Empires. We did of him and I commenting on a couple of replays. It was a very fun experience, and I've been thinking about it since then. In no small part because of this very funny moment in there where Nando and I commented on a variety of skill levels of playing Age of Empires, of people playing Age of Empires, and we did review a Hera stream. We did review a Hera game, and it sucked. It sucked. Hera is the best player in the world right now. He is consistently one of the top 2 or 3 players for like the last decade or so, but right now it's very hard to argue that there's anybody better than Hera. And it was horrible to comment on. It sucked. It was terrible because he's just too good. He's just too good. You just like watch this guy just like effortlessly play the game perfectly, and you're like, well, what am I supposed to say about this? You know, just what am I supposed to say about this? There's so little to say. It's just, it looks like you think about like what would be the perfect way to play the game, and this guy does it, and it's like a machine, everything falling into place. And it's like, well, what is left for me to say? What am I doing here? All right, Chocoloco, enjoy your lurk. Enjoy your lurk. There's a exclamation lurk command if you would like to use that. Yeah, I was actually about to say something I think was of particular interest to Gringotts. That I actually just read an article from a really interesting article about the Babylonian pricing. And this is the kind of thing that I get up to in my free time. When I have free time, I could play video games, or I could read articles about Babylonian prices. And I don't know, there's something very cool about the fact that we can even make any sort of Gringotts is a good one. It's a good one. It's pretty short. It's only like 12, 13 pages, but it was on the Ur3 period, and made these really interesting points about the distinctions between different segments of the market economy, and whether or not price contagion could cross over the barrier between temple production and farmer production and farming production, which was really interesting because it was a really interesting article on that front, and it was really interesting to see them engage in this way. And just, it's really interesting that we can even say anything about 3,000 plus years ago. 4,000 years ago, actually. 4,000. It was the Ur3 period. It was Ur3, so closer, almost 4,000 years ago. Incredible we even have anything to say about it. And incredible to think about, like, they did interest and ROI calculations. I think that's actually something that's very cool. They had ROI calculations on date farms and compared them to Omani date farms from the 19th century to and put them in context with what loans were worth from the period. Very cool stuff. Very, very cool. A lot of things happening in 12 pages, in 12 or 14 pages that it was. Yeah, Leshy, yeah, that's very much true, and that's very much. I'm not. I shouldn't say like act like I'm a professional commentator. The commentator that I know from who's like a professional commentator is. All right, Mel with the C, just enjoy your lurk, enjoy your night. I know it's late for you if you said that you're in Southeast Asia, that you're in Philippines or Vietnam. Enjoy your night, enjoy your night. Sleep well, rest well, have a nice time. And hopefully we'll see you again sometime. I should probably say that this is actually a little bit early for me. I usually start going live right about now. This is usually about my go live time. Within the next 20 minutes would be my normal go live time. It is always hard. I am trying to hit a couple of priorities with my timing on these things. Hello, Fenmore! Hello, Fenmore! Hold on, I have to give the shout out to Fenmore. Hello, I have to give the shout out to Fenmore. Yes, there we go. You're playing Genshin most recently. Okay. I feel the need to shout out Fenmore because Fenmore is responsible for all but one of my emotes. Oh, sorry, Fenmore. My internet quality is terrible. My internet quality right now is dreadful. I have 50,000 dropped frames right now. I have 50,000 dropped frames right now. It is dreadful. It is other people are saying that they're that they're getting fine. Boo. Boo. Let's see. Did it die? Did it die? Oh, also hello, Lappy Bunny. Oh, okay. It's not loading. It's not loading. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me... Let me do a quick internet speed test. Let me pay MS Paint. Paint. Let me add something here. Window capture. Nope, that's not it. Oh, it's back for me? Okay, excellent, excellent, excellent. I was just looking to show something very silly. No, don't need that, don't need that. Don't need that, don't need that. Okay, for some reason, I hate that this thing does not want to capture paint. But yes, this is what my data looks like. This is what the stream looks like on my end. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. But yes, sorry. Let me get back to what I was saying earlier. So Fenmore is responsible for, again, all of these, all but one of my emotes. All but one of my emotes. Lock. Holy moly. The tank emote's so good. The tank emote is so good. I'm going to try flickering stream. Let's pray. Let's. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Am I back? Okay, that did not solve anything. That did not solve anything. Jeez, that did not solve anything. Okay, I think that this is just the nature of my internet today. Can you guys hear me? That is the real question. Can you guys hear me? I should be back. Yes, I should be back. Okay. Yes, I am sorry, Mora. I'm sorry. I am sorry. My internet is being very, very bad. My internet is being very, very bad. And now we're getting an ad break. I hate this. Twitch activity feed. There we go. There we go. Okay. Well. I can see you, Fed. I can see you with no trouble. I am sorry for the scuff. I am sorry for the scuff. It appears that the internet in New York is just dying. It appears that the internet in New York is just falling apart. And that's that. That's that. This poor either that or it's yeah, it looks like it is New York's internet. Looks like it is New York internet. New York common New York L. Common New York L happening right now. Hello Swords Wizard. Hello Swords Wizard. Hello Swords Wizard. And I am very frustrated by that. I am very frustrated by that. Yeah. No, it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating. You wish for these things to run smoothly. You wish for them to run smoothly, and then they don't. Then they don't. Yeah, it's Spectrum. Yep, it's Spectrum. I did briefly have Verizon, but Verizon does not serve me. Now it's ads time. Now it's ads time. Let me use the restroom and get some more water, and then we'll get started on the hard parts. Yep, there we go. There we go. I knew it was going to happen. All right, I am back. I am back. I am sorry that you're sick, Stars Wizards, and Fenmore, I'm glad that you're working on some more emotes. I like your style of emotes a lot, as obviously I commissioned you multiple times. But yes. So let's talk a little bit about my plan for today. I have a plan for today. This isn't all silliness. This isn't all silliness today. It is silly, but it's not. I don't have no plan. I'm not being crazy here. I'm only being very crazy. Avatar: The Last Airbender has a character named Guru Pachik who serves banana onion. I always forget if it's super juice, but a soup of bananas and onions, which Aang thinks is disgusting. My question is, can I make it not awful? We are not off to an auspicious start here. Banana. Yes. I actually love bananas and I love onions. So if I can make this decent, I might have a new staple in my diet. But yes, you did, Space. Yes, you did. But in any event, so this came up because me and my Discord have been doing an Avatar watch along. We were watching all right, Fenmore, have a good night. We have been watching Avatar. We finished Last Airbender, and we've started on Korra. And later tonight, we are going to be doing more Legend of Korra. We're going to be doing more Legend of Korra. So I should have done this already, but last time I was gearing up to do this, I felt ill. I'm not feeling 100% today, but I'm definitely feeling better than I was last time, and I want to do this before I lose my nerve. I want to do it before I lose my nerve. So, Abzu VT, thank you for the follow. Abzu's the name of that underwater exploring game, right? Am I remembering that correctly? And hello, Carmelo. So I am just getting to the point where I explain my basic plan. I explain my core plan. My core plan with all of this. My core plan with all of this is that I am going to prepare 4 different banana onion soups. They're all going to have the same skeleton. They will just be... Yes, we are cooking soon. TM, it will be a moment. The basic gist... Yep, four different ones. They'll be small batches. They'll be very small batches, because I don't want to waste a lot of food. I do not want to waste a ton of food. That they will basically follow they'll basically all have the same skeleton, which is that I will cook the onion and mash the banana, and Jesse, we need to cook. I will mash the bananas, and I will cook the onions and mash the bananas, and then I will soupify them, and the only difference between the 4 will be the seasoning. They'll just be seasoned differently. And unless somebody comes up with better ideas, I have 4 ideas, 4 basic ideas for seasoning. So let's go over to the live. Hello. With plantain instead of banana. Well, I got bananas, so bananas it will be. So I have 4 basic skeletons for how I'm thinking about this. So, first and worst is no seasoning. Let's zoom in the camera a little bit. Let's zoom in the camera a little bit. Oop. No seasoning. This one is going to be hit. So I also, part of the reason why I'm not actually that scared, why I do not consider this a torture stream, hopefully, is that I am going to be doing, I have a recipe for a, well, none of these, that's true. Well, I have a recipe for, like, it does feel kind of like cheating. Yeah, that's true, Space Circus. I have a recipe for Hittite applesauce. What the hell does Hittite applesauce mean? The Hittites were a Bronze Age civilization that were a major rival to the Mycenaeans and the ancient Egyptians that disappeared around 1200 BCE. We do pretty much know why that happened. We're not actually all that confused about what happened to the Hittites. They were conquered from They're conquered from Armenia. Somebody came in from Armenia or Georgia and conquered and burned down Hattusa. But we do have a recipe from them. So it's an over 3,000-year-old recipe for applesauce that is a savory applesauce. It is apples and onions. And I have made it several times. It is weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is weird, but it is not bad. So I'm just going to call that herbal / Hittite. So it's thank you. Yeah, welcome in Abzu. Welcome in Abzu. So that one, this is the one I'm not scared of. This one I'm scared of. This one I'm not scared of. And then Guru Pachik is designed to be Indian. Is designed to be Indian. Pachik is not an Indian name. Is not any name. They made that one up. But this one might be fine. This one's the big swing. Hello, little wise owl. I'll slice an apple with a cutting board after I chopped onions on it. The onion is obvious. Yeah, this is going to be potentially very dangerous. And now for the one that I think is the most dangerous. This is the one I'm the most scared of. This is the one I'm, it's a soup, not a smoothie. They call it a, yeah, it's a soup. And I want to cook the onions. I don't want to have uncooked onion. I don't want to have uncooked onion. This is the one I'm scared of. This is the one I am scared of. So let's talk a little bit about the spices I have available. I took my entire kitchen's worth of spices and put them in my bedroom right now. They are next to me. So I will talk. Yeah, I'm going to cook the onion first because I want this to be relatively fast and sauteing the onion before I get started. Yeah, a little bit. So let's go over some of the spices I've got access to. I have them arranged alphabetically, but I'm not going to show off all of them because that'll take forever. I have some amchar. I have hing, which I'm not super into, to be honest. Not sure about the hing. The hing feels like it'll push it much more in the onion direction, which is the danger zone. Basil, always a classic. I'm going to ignore my whole spices, so let's ignore the caraway. Cardamom is a spice that I worry about. We'll find out, little wise owl. We'll find out. I am going to be preparing it hot though because I can't use the heat on camera. My kitchen is not set up in such a way where I can actually cook on camera. Yeah, hing, asoftira. Yeah, it's a spice. It's an Indian cooking spice. Cardamom is a spice that I do not, little wise owl. I do not. Cardamom has betrayed me more than any other spice. No other spice has betrayed me as reliably as cardamom. I am not a believer. I'm not going to use it, but I just think it's fun that I've got Chinese 5 spice that I made. I don't know what to tell you other than that it's a spice. It comes from cardamom pods. That's what they look like when they're whole, is pods. Unlikely to use chives. We've got chives. Chives feels like a bad choice. Cloves may show up in the dessert style. Cloves may make sense in the dessert or the Indian style. Probably will go in the dessert style. Coriander stands a very good chance of making an appearance. Cardamom has betrayed me more than any other spice. Mostly it just comes through too strong. It just comes through too strong in several of the dishes that I've made. And so now I really don't trust it. Cinnamon is extremely likely. I have so much cinnamon. This is like my second one of the year. Yeah, coriander is a maybe. Cayenne is a likely one for one of the savories. Comino molido. If I want to take more time, I would probably use the whole cumin. Yeah, coriander is cilantro and coriander come from other parts. Yes, I have allspice. I do have allspice. Not a lot of it left. I'm low on allspice, but I do have it. I actually, little wise owl, I actually do have to regulate my cinnamon intake because for a while I was actually like poisoning myself I was actually into cinnamon poisoning territory. It was a very funny thing. People were noticing how many bananas I was eating and they're like, oh, do you have to worry about like potassium poisoning? And I checked. It's like, no, I am so far off. On potassium poisoning. But then I was like, well, how much cinnamon am I eating? And it's like, oh, I'm like way over. I am like way over the safe limit on cinnamon eating. I was having like a tablespoon and a half a day for a while. There was like almost a year where I was having like a tablespoon and a half a day, and you're only supposed to have like a teaspoon a day. Yeah, no, I was like way over. I was like way over. I don't know if I would use dill for anything in this. I do like dill, but I have no idea if I would use it for this. I don't like it a ton. Fennel I've got, but I'm probably not going to bother with because it's whole. Yes, you should be. My internet is terrible. It's me. It is me. This is unlikely. This is unlikely. This is a big element of Indian cooking, and I just don't like it. I just do not like fenugreek. Yeah, I just don't like fenugreek. It's just smells kind of like feet. Yeah, nutmeg is a famous one. Nutmeg is a famous one. Okay, good. That's a good point. Where do I check that? Settings, output, it's not there. General, not there. I'm just looking for where that is. So video is at 30. And you can't change it while you're streaming. But it is already at 30. No, my internet, the New York internet is crapping itself, is what is happening. Spectrum is crapping itself. Spectrum is falling apart. Ginger, one of my beloveds. I love ginger. Honestly, this dessert style may... Yeah, no, it is really bad. It is really bad right now. I am at 32,000 drop frames. I'm at 32,000 drop frames. Well, I mean, it's probably... Yeah, it's today. I'm having trouble. Yeah, I'm at... Yeah, New York does not have good internet. It's honestly very funny. It's honestly deeply, deeply funny. I'm using it as a spice. It's fine. May use it for the dessert style, or the Indian style, because I like the pumpkin spice. Oh yeah, my internet dropped down to 100 kilobytes per second there, which is only the second lowest it's been today. Oh boy. Probably not going to show up. Let's be realistic here. Let's be realistic here. Probably not going to use ground mustard seed. Mustard seed's fun, but it's... yeah. Nutmeg. Got a whole ton of nutmeg. Likely to go into the desserts. I am out of oregano, so I will have to discount that one. Paprika, I'm probably not going to use. I'm probably not going to use the paprika. Today doesn't feel like a paprika day. Parsley is a maybe. Parsley is a maybe, though it feels off theme. Rosemary is whole, so let's ignore that. My rosemary is whole. Turmeric's likely Whoever named it nutmeg nailed it. It's a funny word, yeah. Turmeric likely to go in there. Turmeric feels fairly likely. Sage is a maybe. Not gonna do is the star anise or the tagine. Those can be safely discounted. Thyme. And then, of course, salt and pepper. I have salt and pepper as well. So, now it is time to think. It is time to think on this. So, I might allow myself, I might allow myself the horrible privilege, I might say, lack of oregano is a pain because I actually kind of needed that one. So actually, let's kill the oregano on the Hittite because that's kind of what I need. Do I have marjoram? I don't. No, I just have oregano. So oregano, salt. All right, Noodles. All right, Noodles. Enjoy your. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You are fine, mi amigo. You are fine, mi amigo. Please be disruptive. Please be disruptive. You're not the only person saving up for the hydration redeem, and the hydration redeem is a long ways off, and also I don't have any idea what to do with it. So I would not mind at all. Sniffing my armchar. Sniffing my armchar. The armchar just smells kind of delightful. The armchar just kind of smells delightful. Let's think about this. Let's think about this. So these two, I think, are largely taken care of. These two are largely taken care of. So these ones... So my inclination for the dessert is to basically do it pumpkin spice style, right? I have not seen that. I have not seen that, Little Wise Owl. Post it on the post it in the meme quarantine on my Discord if you haven't been there. If you haven't been there. Space, I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. So let's think about this. So, pro tip: color theory. You do a lot of really messed up cooking. Do it. Oh, you can name one of those soups after you. Okay, okay. Let's see. So Little Wise Owl is the one who wanted the unspiced to. Oh, Badlands Chugs. Badlands Chugs is incredible. Hold on. Let me. Dessert style. So, I'm going to name this one after you, done.Dao. Okay. Badlands Chugs is so good. What's the opposite flavors that might make this pop? That's a good idea, Noodles. That's a good idea, Noodles. That's a good idea. Let's think about this. So, I also have lemon juice and vanilla extract and mint extract. So those are all also things. Oh, I do have coconut extracts. I do have coconut extracts. And let's think about this. I'm trying to think about. I also might use some sugar. And I've got white sesame seeds. So let's start thinking about. So Dao, I've put you down as the dessert style. My inclination is to functionally do this with pumpkin spice. Right? Functionally do this with pumpkin spice, which is going to be cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, allspice. In descending order. You know, primary cinnamon, a decent amount of ginger, and then a little bit of allspice and a little bit of allspice. But so I'll let that percolate. I'll let that percolate. So, Indian spice style. My most traditional way of making things Indian, when I'm trying to make something taste Indian, is 2 parts cumin, 1 part cinnamon, 1 part turmeric. That's what I do for currying vegetables. But I'm not currying a vegetable. I'm not currying a vegetable. I am making banana. And so I think I feel like cumin's still necessary. I feel like I still need cumin. I think I need cumin. I don't think I need. I don't need the hing. I don't need the hing. The hing will just make it taste more oniony. I don't need the hing. The amchar is a maybe. I think cumin. I'm not going to be able to move until I get cumin on the board. I'm not going to be able to move until I get cumin on the board. I'm not going to be able to get anywhere until I get cumin on the board. Hello, Layla. Hello, Layla. I wouldn't mind the help if you've got opinions on this. So if you don't know the structure of what's going on, seems like if you ramping in here and you know what to say about hing, that's already a good sign. Yeah, no, I don't have a lot of time. We're doing the emphasis here is pretty much on speed. I want the entire cooking step to be under like 10 minutes or less, because I can't show. I don't have camera set up in the hot part of the kitchen around the ovens or the stove, which is why I don't do actual cooking streams, right? That's the main reason I don't do like normal cooking streams, is that I can't do the cooking on stream. And when I watch somebody like Onigiri, I just get jealous and sad. So I'm trying to do as much of it as mise en place as possible. I'm trying to maximize mise en place and minimize heat time. Because I could also caramelize the onion, but I'm just going to fry them. Hello, Watch Doge. Hello, Watch Doge. But yes, so I am making banana. To recap, I am making banana soup. I am making banana onion soup because of Avatar: The Last Airbender. These ones are pretty set. I might use some salt for the OG, maybe, but that one's going straight. The Hittite one, I'm just going to use oregano and salt, I believe. I don't think I really want to do anything else. This one I'm actually not that afraid of. This one I think might actually be all right. This one I think might actually be all right. I'm thinking for the dessert one, I basically just do pumpkin spice, because pumpkin spice slaps and it goes really well with banana. Banana and pumpkin spice is a wonderful combination. Might also add some, my internet has been awful today, Watch Doge. Space is of the opinion that, Spectrum Internet is trying to stop me from doing it. Yeah, it was made up as a joke for Avatar, and I am doing some binging with Babish. I'm doing some binging. This is a bit of a binging with Babish moment. I am trying to see if I can recover it. No, Space, I'm not set up for it. I'm not set up for it. I am not set up for it. Also, my kitchen is, I'm not going to show off. Yeah. No, Spectrum Internet hates cultural exchange. They hate cooking experiments. They hate... normally they're fine. Normally they're merely bad. Normally they're merely bad, but this is dreadful. This is a nightmare. This is horrible. So let's think about... Yeah, I want cooking stream, but in PowerPoint form. Yes. Yes, thank you for reminding me I need to work on my PowerPoints. So, we got cumin. So, what else do we need in there? I mean, turmeric's funny to use. I might use a small pinch of turmeric regardless, just for color. I don't tend to find that turmeric... I don't tend to really notice the flavor of turmeric very strongly. Like, I can smell it. I can tell that it's there, but I feel like it's very mild. So, let me think about this. So, banana... onion, cumin. It's definitely not enough. Banana, onion, cumin is definitely not enough. Hing I'm writing off. Amchar I don't think I need. I don't think Amchar is going to do a lot for me. I think cardamom might be good. But as mentioned, cardamom has betrayed me more than anything else. Cardamom has betrayed me. Oh, your prime ran out? R.I.P. R.I.P. Nothing has betrayed me as often as cardamom. If I had the time, I would, yeah, I partially, that's why, like, you can probably tell I'm like picking them up and smelling them to try to put it into my head. So, I'm just gonna start writing down the dessert one. Cinnamon. Ginger. Nutmeg. Not even Spectrum has betrayed as much. It's true. Cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and allspice. That's actually much more my normal handwriting. I have to like think really hard. Oh, okay. Understood, Watch Doge. So, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, allspice. And then I've got cumin. So these three all seem fairly like I know what I'm doing. Being very generous with the concept of knowing what I'm doing. So cumin. I'm trying to roll it around in my tongue to think about this. Very hard. Yes, there is. That's true, Ringo. Also, hello. Oh, did I fully die? Did my connection fully die? I would hate that. I would hate that. So, cumin. Let's think. If I got cumin, trying to make it a little bit savory. I think ginger. I think I want ginger. I think I want ginger. It says I'm still live. Okay. I feel like a weird pressure to try to make this a quick stream. I feel like a weird pressure to try to do this stream, so I'll try to like get through the stream or something like that. Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no, Ringo. I am doing sweet bananas, so this might be a disaster. This might be a total disaster. I might try it again with green banana, with starchy green banana in the future, but I have big ol' sweet yellow bananas. Good old classic yellows. Cumin, ginger, cayenne. Cayenne. I just like cayenne. I'm just doing that because I like it. I don't really want to bother with the sage or the thyme. That feels silly to me. The rosemary's whole. I don't want to work with anything whole right now. I'm rolling it around in my mouth. I'm rolling it around in my mouth. The coriander. I'm rolling it around in my mouth. Cumin, cayenne, ginger. Oh. Well, turmeric. I'm also very cheap is the other part of that space. That's the other part of that space is that I'm very, very cheap. I'm gonna start I'm gonna keep thinking about the Indian spices, but so black is going to basically be unseasoned. Oh, Chimero, welcome in Raiders, welcome in Raiders. Thunder Mommy Raid. Hello Nowbatty. Hello. What were you doing? You were just chatting. Okay, what were you talking about? I hope that you were having a lovely time just chatting. Hello Kanite. And of course, obviously, hello. Thank you for the follow, Kanite, and hello, Chimero. So, welcome in. What were you chatting about? Were you having a good time? I am about to give myself a very bad time. I am making, per Avatar The Last Airbender, banana onion soup. And currently we are conceptualizing the recipe. We are currently in the process of conceptualizing the recipe. I'm going to be making these relatively small batch because I have a feeling I'm going to be throwing away quite a bit of it. And I hate throwing away food. So I am going to be keeping it. I had two bots who are programmed with lore for my model. Oh, interesting. That's a very cool idea, Chimero. That is a very, very cool idea. That is super cool. I hadn't even considered that. And I know people who do stuff like that. Yeah, Chimero, this could be awful. So let me... So the ones that I pretty much know what I'm doing. That's all of the oregano I have. And a little pinch of salt. For the Hittite style. So yes, I am doing Avatar Last Airbender, if you have not watched it. A minor character insists on the power and glory of banana onion soup. He insists that this is a good food to have. And it sounds disastrous to me. It sounds disastrous to me. Which I take as a challenge. I take that as a challenge. Oh, all right, Shimero. Okay, okay. Ooh, you are in an interesting time zone then. You are in an interesting time zone then. So have a good night. Have a good night. That's because I have fortitude. I am fairly confident about this one. This one I think is actually going to be fine. This one I think is going to be fine. This one I think is going to be nasty. These two I think are going to be real up in the air. So yes, tonight, I am going to be making banana onion soup. We are still conceptualizing. Oh, Queensland. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, I'm just bad with I'm just bad with time zones then. Because I can keep track that at least one part of Australia is on the same time zone as Tokyo. If it is based on something, I don't think they did their research, Carmelo, because the guy's name is Guru Pachik, and Pachik is just not a name. Like, they just made that up. I did actually try to look up, is Pachik a name? Because there's a lot of Indian languages, right? There's a lot of Indian languages. And the closest names I could find were all from Greenland. So I think they are just making stuff up. I think they are goofing off. It seemed like a particularly odd one to me because it would be an illegal food under the Jain diet, which would be like a particular diet. Jains and Hindus are not the same, but a lot of the same Vedic medicinal philosophy applies, and avoiding onions is a thing that's done like purposefully under that medical context, under their theory of food. Yeah, the socials that they made it the F up. And yes, Knight, I am trying to salvage it. This one, the oregano and salt, the lightly flavored oregano and salt, feels like the one that I'm going to have the least trouble with. Because of... Oh yeah, no, I'm having terrible internet problems tonight. I am having terrible internet problems tonight. I'm very mad about this. This is a stream I was really looking forward to, but my internet is just being an absolute bastard. My internet is just being an absolute bastard. That is my internet. If the sound is still coming through fine, I'll take it. But my internet is sucking. My internet is sucking right now. And yes, I am expecting this one in particular to be bad. I'm expecting this one to be bad. The dessert style is a deep maybe. No, it's me. It's me. It's me. It is me. It is me. Sound is fine. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, my upload speeds, I'm dropping. I have dropped 72,000 frames so far. Yes. So yes, I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked. So this one is just totally unseasoned. This one is lightly seasoned, and it's based on a recipe I've made before. Thank you for you are marked present, Yamineko. This is based on a recipe I've made before that is basically this, but apples instead of banana. And that one turns out fine. It's weird. It's weird, and it's not something I would want to... It's not something you really like to eat by itself. You want to put it on, like, bread or something like that. But it's fine. It's a perfectly acceptable recipe. I've made it several times. I've made it even with the red onions, and it was still fine, even though red onions was definitely worse than making it with yellow or white onions. So that was fine. So this one I'm not very scared of. This one I'm not particularly scared of. These two are wild cards. These two are wild cards. This one is just inspired by the fact that I actually eat a lot of bananas, and this is a fairly common spice mix for me to have. Yeah, it's like a jam. Exactly. It's an applesauce that you eat like it's a jam. You don't have it like by itself. You have it as like as an accompaniment. I actually was a dumbass and I ate all of my bread. I made bread yesterday and I finished it off this morning for breakfast. I should have kept some of it around. That was very foolish of me. That was very, very foolish of me. Yeah, I expect this one to be pretty kind of gross. I expect this one to be a little bit weird, but I'm actually a pretty adventurous eater, so that doesn't bother me too much. These two are going to be chaos. These two are going to be chaos. This one could be really nice or it could be really nasty. I think if I had the time to caramelize the onions, this one would actually just slap. I think this would actually just slap. This one I'm still conceptualizing. This one I'm still not confident about. Cumin, ginger, cayenne, turmeric. I'm trying to figure out if I think I want cardamom. I think I want a very little bit of cardamom in here. I think that might be enough. I also have a shitload of Chinese flavorings that I'm not using. I also have an enormous number of Chinese flavorings that I'm just not using. So these two. So let's start doing the ratios here. So again, I'm doing pretty small quantities, so I don't want to use a ton. So cinnamon. I've gotten into baking, so I've gotten pretty strict. Oh, that's actually a shitload of cinnamon. That's way more than I should have used. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. Oh, at least I love cinnamon. Cinnamon. Let's get some ginger. Where's my ginger? There's my ginger. Just a few taps of ginger. That's plenty. That's plenty. This is a very small quantity, so just a little. I mean, this is new to me too. That should be plenty of allspice, and then the nutmeg. The nutmeg. It's a little bit there. Okay. Just mix it around a little bit. And this one. I feel like this one I've got to be very careful with. So. Yep. Yep. Maybe if it's spicy enough, I won't mind. That's the cayenne. And let's put in our cumin. No, that's the cinnamon. That's not the cumin. This is the cumin. Comino. I really like cumin. Oh my god, Carmelo, that sounds terrifying. I know that you can do that for caramelizing nuts. God, I love cumin. That should be, yeah, that's expected. I'm sorry to say. It's just today. I swear to God, it's just today. I swear to God, it is just today. I swear to God. Ginger, turmeric. I might actually put a little bit of amchar in here just because I like amchar. I should cook with more amchar. I don't use amchar very much. And I will use the tiniest amount of cardamom. Cardamom has betrayed me so often, but maybe today it will redeem itself. All right. Hold on, I will be back in just uno momento. Ow. Bonk. Okay. Remember when GDQ made Mr. Game & Shout guess names as Pokemon or prescription? Okay, so now let's do the part of the cooking stream that's actually kind of fun to watch. I'm going to dice this onion. I'm going to dice this one up. Which is not normally a great idea. I've never done that. I've never done that, Watch Doge. Sounds like a hell of a time. Sounds like a hell of a time. So. Onion. I'm going to grill all of the onion at once. This is not a lot of onion. This is not a lot of onion. Let's position you up a little bit more. Onion. I have learned to be fairly cautious when cutting onions. Because my thumbs are not the same length. And the reason my thumbs are not the same length is because I used a dull knife while cutting onions once. So, keep your knives sharp. Keep your knives sharp. And just get off the cats. Good, good. And let's get the onion skin. Let's get the onion skin off. Fairly simple. And this is the... I'm gonna be... I do not actually like Gordon Ramsay very much. I think he's actually just kind of an annoying asshole. And apparently his restaurant advice is terrible. An economic analysis of his restaurant advice is that he has managed to figure out one of the few ways to make running a restaurant even riskier. I think like I think it was like a 90%. I remember seeing an economic analysis like 90% of the restaurants he advises end up doing worse. Gordon Ramsay. He's a British celebrity chef. He's a British celebrity chef who is famous for being mean. But yeah, it's like a 90% rate of making the situation worse. Which I don't think is actually all that weird, because his suggestion is basically always to turn the diners into fine dining places. Like that's the basic gist of what he does, right? Like of his advice. So, but his cooking, this is a cutting technique from him for dicing that I rather like. And I watch other people cut onions and I lose my mind at how much harder they are for cutting. So I've made slits going back, but not all the way to the root. So I've cut off the tips. I've skinned it, and now I'm just making slices that go not 100% of the way back. All the way to the bottom, but not all the way to the back. Yeah. So normally if I'm cooking for most things, I actually would just cut like here, and that would be a French cut, and you'd get like long onion strands, and that's really good for a lot of cooking. But I'm going to dice this. I'm going to snooze ads. It's a good technique. It's a good technique. So I am going to, so these are going to be pretty small. This is more of a finely sliced than finely cut than a dice. Let's break them up down here. You just want to fry a whole onion. Christ space. And I thought I was the cursed one here. Okay. And then same thing here. you try to, it's always valuable to try to keep the onion pieces about the same size, just because that makes the cooking more even. Okay. Okay. And let's get them in there. Nice. 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 I think I'm a pretty good cook. I think I'm a pretty good cook, personally speaking. I like cooking. I like cooking for other people. If you were at Off-Kai, you might have had the chance to have some of my cookies. Even though I didn't go in Off-Kai, I did do the important part of me going to Off-Kai, which was, I sent cookies. Mix was actually the one who delivered them. I don't know if Mix is still here, but once again, 1,000,001 thanks to Mix. 1,000,001 thanks to Mix. So let's, and so so this is the herbal. This is the yellow one. The yellow bowl. They're not the best looking bananas. Gonna slice that part out. Not the best looking bananas. Let's see about you. Indian spiced. This one looks good, and this one looks underripe, which is ideal for this one. Yeah, I am too. I really thought they would get lost in transit. And I know that at least Alex and Niano enjoyed them. I don't know if other people enjoyed them, but at least Alex and Niano enjoyed them. But at least 2 people enjoyed them. So. Okay, let's mash it up a little bit. And I'm probably going to be getting over to the kitchen in a minute. And get started on the part that will be very boring for you, but very fun for me. Sorry to say that, folks. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's mash it up a little bit more. Smash them. Smash them. Smash them into a nice little paste. Because I'm not going to be able to count on a low, slow heat to like disassemble them. Because that's normally how I cook, right? That's when I normally make soups, I tend to cook them for a very long time. My soups and sauces, I tend to involve like an overnight step. But you don't want that. You want to see me react to these foods live on the air. You want to see me react live from New York. Oh, come on. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Yes, it does. It does. The Discord should work. And I've got it set for everybody. Everybody should be able to use the Discord. The Discord command, that is to say. Hello, the harp. Hello, the harp. Hello, the harp. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Space. Thank you, Space. Thank you, Space. Thank you, Space. Yes, we will be watching more Legend of Korra tonight. we'll be watching season 2, the most controversial season. It will be Legend of Korra. I will probably have fun. I will probably have fun. I think Legend of Korra season 2 is interesting. I haven't watched it in a long time. But I expect to be interested, if nothing else. It'll probably be around 10 p.m. Well, it is awesome to meet you too, the Harp, although you did come in at a time when I am about to disappear for a little bit, because ads are about to start, and I'm going to use that as the opportunity to start cooking. That's fine, casual. That's fine, casual. I don't expect or demand participation. I don't expect or demand participation. I just want people to enjoy themselves. I just want people to enjoy themselves. But yes, ads are about to start, and I will be back after I finish cooking the soups. I'll be back after I finish cooking the soups. So, I apologize for the delays, but you know what? I'm feeling more optimistic now. I'm feeling more optimistic now. So if this turns out to be terrible, that'll be really funny. This will be really, really funny for you guys. That, like, the last thing I said before I came back was I'm feeling pretty optimistic. Probably just because I smell banana and cinnamon at the same time. Two things that I love to death. Yeah, not everyone talks, and even then, one of the people who I think has some of the most interesting things to say has not been around for a while. She only shows up irregularly. All right, it's ads time. I am back. I am back. I am back. Yes, I am back. Let's get the labels moved around. So here is our OG. Here is our OG over here. I better to have the labels up top. And the Indian spice up here. Let's... Thank you, Yamineko. Thank you, Yamineko. Let's keep OG herbal. And so I was reminded, as I so often am, how unpleasant... Hello, Sonnetless. Hello, Sonnetless. Hello, 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 hello. That reductions are genuinely really unpleasant. I hate reductions. I hate doing reductions. And I didn't have remotely enough time for them, and you can kind of see that these didn't reduce evenly. So I'm already a little bit worried, and I'm already like, man, these needed... I haven't tested any of them yet, Nando. I just got back seconds ago. I am looking at the color and consistency, and these two reduced okay. This is about the texture that I was hoping for, at least visually. So the OG, which is the one that I'm still probably the least excited about, and the Indian spiced, I definitely needed more time. Definitely needed more time, or just less water. I think I used too much dang water. You can see, like, there's just like chunks of banana floating in water here. Dreadful. Dreadful. Not at all what I had hoped for. Not at all what I had hoped for. And of course, I don't have any rice or... I have no rice and I have no bread. So at this point, I'm currently stalling. At this point, I'm currently stalling. Though I do want people to kind of have the chance to filter back. I'm assuming some people stepped away for a minute while I was cooking, because why wouldn't they? Like, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? So I want people to kind of have a little bit of a chance to come back. So how are people doing? What has everybody else eaten today? What has everybody else eaten today? I've had a pretty light day food-wise. I basically have had... I made an onion bread yesterday, and I just had it with some butter and pepper. At least one regional banana soup here. Where is here, Yamineko, if you don't mind me asking? I'm sorry, I try to keep track of this sort of thing, but it's kind of... I'm not always the best at it. I'm not always the best at it. Indonesia. Okay, okay. Indonesia's big, so that's actually very understandable to me. It's big, and bananas are bananas indigenous to Indonesia? Like, they feel like they should be. They feel like they should be. Just like, entirely intuitively, but I don't actually know that. I don't actually know that. It certainly is good, certainly a good growing environment for them. It's certainly an excellent growing environment for bananas over in Indonesia, but had chicken with soy sauce and honey and some lettuce and onion salad. That sounds like a lovely start to the day. Sounds like a lovely start to the day. I would... Soy sauce and honey. I would probably want to have a little bit of vinegar in there. A little bit of vinegar and garlic. Get it kind of closer to a brown sauce. Kind of closer to a little bit of a General Tso's sauce. That would be my inclination for what you've just described there, Nando. Maybe a little bit of Shaoxing? Probably not. The Shaoxing's probably unnecessary. Just soy sauce, vinegar, some sweetener. That's a good sauce. That's a good sauce. Ah, space is living again. Space is living again. Making a garlic parmesan risotto, Gringotts. That's excellent. What has happened, Space, is that I am stalling. What has happened is that I am stalling. I'm reflecting on my sins here. So you can actually see, like, immediately that there's a texture difference that's very large. This is kind of close to the texture that I was hoping for, a little bit of a porridgey texture. A little bit of a porridgey texture, whereas this is very much like, there's like chunks of banana still, just like fully constituted. You have a live, you just have strawberries. Excellent, excellent. So Dao has a sandwich of cheese, bread, and butter, pickles, and mayonnaise. I will say, Dao, that is outside of my palate. That is not something I would eat. That's very different from the kind of food that I like. I tend to like very spicy foods, and I tend to like things. I don't tend to like very fatty foods. I tend to like pretty low fat, high seasoning foods. Mayonnaise is my least favorite flavor on the planet, which I know is unusual for a white dude. I know that's pretty unusual for a white dude. That's pretty atypical. Yes. Okay. So let's start with the one that I think is going to be the worst. Though now I think this one might actually... These two I'm now even less excited about. Oh, I'm small. I'm small. Oh, actually, Layla, the comments you said earlier, are you from the Caribbean? The comments you said earlier made it seem like you might be from the Caribbean. I've worked with a lot of Caribbeans. My my office, my most recent non-VTubing job was my office was, the most common ethnic group was Nigerian and the second was Haitian. So I've worked with a lot of. I don't know. It just kind of occurred to me when you're talking about like fish curry. Okay, let's start with the worst one. Let's start with the worst one. I'm already cringing. I'm already cringing, folks. I did not want this to be a punishment stream, but I may have done that to myself. May have done that to myself. Very little smell. Very little smell. Looks horrible. Looks horrible. South Asia? Okay, okay, South Asia. Okay, that was the other option. That was the other option I was thinking about. Okay, okay. Stay safe, Layla. Stay safe, Layla. I know that it is deathly hot right now in South Asia. I know that it's deathly hot right now in South Asia. This sucks. This sucks. No two ways about it. This is really bad. This is really bad. Oh. Yow. That sucked. Now let's go for the one that I thought was going to be a relatively safe pick, and I'm now very unexcited about. It just has some salt and some oregano. Like I said, I based it on a recipe I've made before. This is fundamentally a variation of a recipe I've made before. The fact that the texture didn't dissolve properly makes me deeply concerned. Let me have a little bit of water to clear up a little bit. Oh. And yeah, please stay safe, Layla. I don't know if people have noticed, but a lot of India and Pakistan right now is 40C plus. I think some parts are in 50C, right? Okay. Better. Still bad. Still bad. Well, Nando, what I needed was, I needed to have them reduced down more. They needed more cooking time. They needed a lot more cooking time. This one's bad. I'm not suffering as much. The salt really helps. The salt really, really helps. I think that if this were a less sweet banana, as people have been recommending for 24 plus hours, I think if this were a less sweet banana, it would have been fine. I think the salt definitely helps. Yeah, I think though that a less sweet banana would have made this a lot more palatable, which is a little bit disappointing because the Hittite one I've done with very sweet apples, and it turned out fine. Okay. Let me... Oh. Okay. Now let's... Yeah, here are the two that are much more heavily flavored. This one, you can see the turmeric gave this a very, very vibrant color. You can see the turmeric gave a very, very vibrant color. I can smell the cumin. I can smell the cumin coming right off of it. Can't smell the cayenne. That's interesting. I think there's something here. I think there's something here. I think this is bad. I don't want somebody to imitate my recipe and be horribly disappointed. But so I want to be clear. This is bad, but I think there is the start of something here. I think genuinely there is something that you could do here. And it would possibly, I think there's a possibility somewhere of making something good here. That might just be that I like cumin that much. But I think if I've played around with the ratios enough, I think I could get somewhere. Start of many banana onion soup streams. Yeah, a whole series. But I think, yeah, no, it's from the show it's in. It's clearly intended to be awful. It does need more cook time. It needs more cook time. I think it actually needs some more salt. It might need more cumin. Cumin was by far the heaviest spice in here, and it might need more. But there might be something here. But yeah, Leila, this was I knew going in that I was going to cap out at this one I knew was going to be bad. This one I knew was going to be bad. This one, that one I knew was going to be nasty. Okay. This one definitely needed more cook time. You can see, like, this one needed to decompose a lot more. Okay. Now let's go for the sweet one. I didn't put in any jaggery. I should have put in jaggery. All too cumin, yes. Cumin, all too cumin. Exactly. To err is cumin. Does anybody know if there's a relationship between the ethnic group of the Kumans and the spice name cumin? It's one letter different, so I'm wondering if there is actually some sort of relationship there. So let's... Just looking at this makes me, just looking at this feels bad. I want to die. It's so bad. It's so bad. So bad. Oh my god. It's so nasty. Oh. 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 Hold on, let me recover. Oh. Oh. I might be here a minute. I might be here a minute. Oh. Oh. The worst part is that without the onion, I've had this without the onion before, and it's good. Without the onion, this is a good combination. Pumpkin spice plus banana is something I swear by. And you saw how much cinnamon that was. I can barely taste the cinnamon. I can barely taste the cinnamon in this. Oh my god. I'm trying to figure out if the cinnamon settled at the bottom, but it doesn't look like it. I can barely taste the cinnamon. Like, the ginger's coming through more strongly. Yeah, it looked like a lot. It was a lot. Like proportionally speaking, that was huge. Ooh, yeah, cloves would have actually been kind of good. And pandan. Yeah, I should have had pandan or jaggery. I don't actually have any pandan, but I think I can just use I think usually you can just substitute raw sugar for pandan and it'll usually be fine. Clove, cinnamon, pandan. The onions is killing me. Again, I have done basically this combination, but without the onion. I do it like every day. I do it like all the time. I do it so much. I do cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, allspice, banana, vanilla extract, protein powder. That's like my main post-workout food. This is so gross. This is so nasty. Oh my god. Oh. I'm already sitting down and I feel like I need to sit down. Like I'm already sitting down, I feel like I need to sit down again. Oh. Now I want to cry. Now I want to cry. I was not in tears from chopping or cooking the onions, but oh. Wow, that's awful. Oh my goodness. All right, Nando. All right, Nando. Have a good night. Yeah, sit down squared. Ugh. I feel like I like my body wants to like clip through my chair. My body wants to like clip through the chair. I might sit down on the ground. I'm gonna sitting on the ground. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. 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 Oh. Holy crap. Oh. I really need to think about what I've done here. That was... Profoundly vile. Yeah, yeah. I think my internet. I think my ISP was trying to save me. Was trying to save me from the dessert-style banana onion stew. My stomach doesn't even hurt. This is all psychic damage. This is pure psychic damage that I have taken here. This is purely psychological. This is... Oh, I was afraid that like my stomach would have trouble with this, but no, it turns out it is purely mental. Yeah, yeah. And given that, like, well, given that realistically, in D&D terms, I'm realistically level 1. I'm realistically a level 1 expert. Or peasant. .46 is 46 would just kill me instantaneously. I don't think a 1d6 plus 1 HP is gonna get me to survive almost any roll on 46 psychic damage. Holy crap. This is bad. This one's going on the chart. This one's going on the chart of worst things I've ever eaten in my life. Like this is on the chart for the worst things I've ever eaten in my life. Space, I believe that humans are very durable and that they can adjust to anything. I think I could finish this, but I think I'm gonna stand up. Not very clearly. I haven't. It is not a formal chart, but let me think. What are the worst things I've ever eaten? This one would be much better with rice or bread. This one would be much better with rice or bread. This one, I think I could get this into a shape where it'd be kind of okay to eat with bread. This one's pointless. This just sucks. This is hell. This is a nightmare. This is so bad. This is so bad. This one's so awful. I think that I am shocked. I'm genuinely shocked by how bad this is. So to go back to what Watch Doge said, I don't have a ranking that is super clearly ranked. I have a mental map in my head of the food items in my life that were so bad they were traumatic. The lowest entry on there is going to be Malort. In order to even get rated, it has to be worse than Malort. Malort's awful, to be clear. Malort is awful. Oh, it's fighting me still. Space. Space, don't say that. Don't say that, chat. Yeah, Malort is a wormwood liqueur from Chicago that was developed by a Swedish immigrant. It is awful. It is profoundly awful. It is a, I describe it as a, it is a Dickens novel. It is a Dickens novel in a, it is a Dickens novel in drink form. The way that it tastes is it tastes like the entire industrial revolution happening inside your mouth. That's how I would describe Malort. Is it tastes kind of sweaty and acidic at first. And then it gets increasingly like engine grease flavor as it sits on in the back of your throat. It takes about half an hour. The aftertaste takes about half an hour to go through. I don't know Bloom. This is worse than Malort. This is worse than Malort. The Domat Dow is worse than Malort. I've only had one thing that I'm confident is worse than the Domat Dow in my life, which is when I was in 8th grade at a birthday party. So one of my friends made here, I dare you to drink this. That's what one of them made. Somebody made, I dare you to drink this. I still don't know what it is to this day. I don't think he knew, even at the time. I know it had a lot of soy sauce in there. I could taste it for a year. So that's the worst thing I've ever... It probably is, Layla. I am dropping frames left and right. I am dropping frames constantly. This is dreadful. I have 84,000 drop frames. Oh God. Sorry. I am I'm dying. No, this is definitely worse than Malort. This is definitely worse than Malort. When I drink Malort, I don't feel the need to fall over. This is so bad. Oh. I don't even know what to do with myself right now. I don't know what to do with myself right now. I am going to go throw this stuff away because there's no way I can finish eating it. This is awful. Yeah, I thought the sweet one had potential. Yes, that's right, Space. That's you're goddamn right. Goddamn right, engine oil is better than this onion dessert soup. Oh my God. Christ. Yeah, just... Oh. Vexen Cat. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Oh. I will... Let's see if I still find this one a little bit more of a palate cleanser. Hold on. Okay. I don't think I could finish this without some rice. I think I could finish this with some rice or bread. I think I could. But without those, this one's... I think this one can be turned into something. This one's just restoring my faith. I'm not, because I would need to cook the rice. Oh, I don't want to eat now. I don't want to eat now. I really don't want food right now. Ads are about to start. Ads are incoming. I'm going to go throw this all away. I'm very, very grateful I was so cheap. This was about 50 cents worth of onions and 79 cents worth of banana. So all of this was probably less than $2. So I'm at least grateful for that. Vex, you will understand this. This is worse than Malort. This is worse than Jepson's Malort. This is so bad. I want to cry. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I am back. I am back. I am not fully recovered. I did take out the garbage. I did take out the garbage. Mm. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Here's the question. Here's the question. Is do I because this has been a very short stream so far. This has been a very short stream so far. There's a part of me that feels like I owe it to you to try and get something out of this. And also, my experience has been that my experience has not been that I tend to get a lot out of stopping stream. I have very rarely had experiences where stopping stream actually improved my situation. They've happened. They've happened. But it is more common that the stream, that I draw energy from the stream than that the stream draws energy from me. You know, an old extroversion thing. So, more like, so I have a thing at 8 o'clock, right? I have a thing at 8 o'clock that I need to deal with, as I do on Mondays. I have a Monday 8 p.m. obligation, and we're going to watch Legend of Korra after that, right? We're going to watch Legend of Korra after that. The question is, if I stop streaming, what will I actually do? That is the reason why, that is the part that I'm wondering about. What will I actually end up doing? What will I actually end up doing? The real consideration I have is that from your alls, and how bad is the, how bad is the stuttering and buffering? That, I suppose, is the real question. How bad is the stuttering and buffering for y'all? It's a bit choppy? It's a bit choppy. Okay. So yes, from my perspective as the streamer, I want people to have a good experience. I want people to have a good time. Also, I tend to get quite a bit out of the stream. You know, it's actually quite... This is work, right? This is work, but it's work that I find satisfying. It's work that I find very satisfying. So I tend to, 0 to 10. That's not great. That's not great. That's not great. So to be honest, what I would probably do with this time, what I should probably do with this time is take a nap. What I'm getting at is that I've got about 3 or 4 hours where I could keep streaming, or I could take a nap, or I could work on debut. The one thing I know I'm not going to do is I know I'm not going to eat. That one ain't happening. That one is not happening. That one is not happening. Extremely not happening. Okay. See if I can do this one from memory. Hold on. I think I want to start over here and then hold up. Yeah, there we go. And then... That's very kind of you to say, Green Guts. That's very kind of you to say. As I'm sure anybody who has watched me for any length of time has probably realized, I'm often very indecisive. I'm often very, very indecisive. I need a lot of coin flip. A lot of coin flips. You know, a lot of like, well, maybe I could, maybe I should, maybe, what if I X, what if I Y? A lot of that in my life. A lot of that in my life. Yeah, that's the thing, is I do have plenty of debut stuff left to prep. Do have plenty of debut stuff left to prep. I'm going to at least finish this Carnelian. I may as well talk a little bit about debut stuff. So yes, debut is in 2 weeks. Debut is in 2 weeks, and as I'm sure you're aware, the model itself has been finished for a while. The rigging has only just been finished. The rigging has only just been finished. I don't have a... Let's see if I can do this one from memory as well. No, I was trying to grab a color other than pink. Laura's not even here to get excited about the fact that I grabbed pink by accident twice in a row. Let's see about this one. It's going to be it's going to be spread out over the week. It's going to be at least 3 streams. Yeah, poor Flora, poor Flora. She is trapped in the wage cage. She is familiar with the Malort. I know that she has been anointed with the Malort. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. Gotta... there we go. I cannot lie, I'm actually finding this kind of relaxing. Oof. But yes, I have not posted the schedule yet, and there is one element of the schedule that's still up in the air. But one part will be, I think, what people think of as a pretty normal debut. I only wish I did. I only wish I did, Mura. Well, I merely wish I had. Yeah, I took a trauma. In RPG terms, I took a trauma. Yeah. Yeah. One of those soups was one of the maybe 5 worst things I have ever eaten in my entire life. And that includes some rotten food. Like, that beats out some actual rotten food. No, not this way. Yeah, emotional damage by soup. And the real comedy here is that I think I'm a pretty good cook, is like the worst part, right? Like, I think I'm a pretty good cook. I think the vast majority of stuff I cook is actually legitimately good. And also, fortunately, very minimal financial damage. Fortunately, very minimal financial damage. The key ingredients were all very cheap. 1 frame per second, maybe. Incredible. Good thing that origami doesn't need to be seen very quickly. That's the other thing is that I'll be honest, Watch Doge, that's actually a thing that's kind of biasing me towards ending stream early, is that I'm having so much technical difficulties. I've taken psychological scars, and my internet's doing so poorly that I think it might be... I don't think I can really show off anything particularly much more. Like, I was thinking, like, well, maybe I could play Age of Empires or something, but like, nah, let's not bother. I'll finish doing this, and then I'll raid out. Discussing the rest of the week. Friday is still undecided. I have still not decided on Friday what I'll be doing Friday. Wednesday, I am going to be at Mabel's. Me and Mabel will be continuing Bokura. Chigal Fuyu no Bokura. which is a lovely little puzzle game. Which is a lovely little puzzle game that I have played before and she has not. I hope people around here like Mabel. I like Mabel a lot. Mabel is very fun for me to both talk to and collab with. Taka! Oh my goodness, Al, it's been a minute. It has been a minute. Give you the shout out. What were you doing? The real alpaca. You were doing DRG. I didn't know you did DRG. I love DRG. I love DRG. I have. Okay. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I felt something there. I felt something there. DRG is good. DRG is good. I really love co-op action games. I've been playing my computer situation is not Helldivers 2 compatible, but yeah, I love co-op action games. Deep Rock Galactic is like my third most played game on Steam, behind Warframe and Payday 2. I've actually been playing Payday 2 on my server. It's a good game. It's a good game. Deep Rock is good. Deep Rock is very good. And no, Space Circus, that was not stream dying. That was me. That was me dying. That was me dying. Oh, what was the question? Watch Doge. Yeah, I've been playing Payday on community. I've been doing community games of other Al. I am doing really bad. I'm doing real bad right now. This is a bad one. This is a bad one. Al, have you watched Avatar: The Last Airbender? Okay. There's a minor character in Avatar: The Last Airbender who swears by banana onion soup. And so I said, those are two pretty different flavors. But Space, if it makes you feel better, I actually did make local recordings. I do have a local recording of this stream. Because I could tell this one was going to be a banger. I could feel it in my bones. But I'm a pretty confident cook. And there's a character who swears by banana onion soup as a food. And so I tried to improvise 4 different banana onion soup recipes on stream. I tried just banana and onion in a soup. And then I tried a modification from a savory applesauce recipe that I know from, that's about 3,400 years old. And I've tried it before and it's weird. It does taste unusual. It takes some getting used to, but it works. Right? It works. The tight applesauce recipe works. It's just weird. And then I tried, because this character is Indian, deliberately Indian coded. I tried using a bit of a Indian spice mix. So the one that was based on the Hittite applesauce was much worse than the Hittite applesauce, but merely bad. No, you missed something horrible, Mura. And then I tried one that was an Indian spice mix. Cumin, cayenne, I forget what else. I wrote it down here. Yes, actually, here are the recipes. No seasoning. Oregano and salt. Cumin. It was cumin, ginger, cayenne, turmeric, salt, and pepper. And then this motherfucker. This spice mix is basically a pumpkin spice mix. This is basically a pumpkin spice mix. And pumpkin spice plus banana is something that I eat regularly. And it's really good. I really like that. I really like cinnamon and banana as a combination. And the ginger, nutmeg, and allspice help it. Cooked with onion? Cooked with onion. That same combination. Hi, Flora. Hi, Flora. That recipe. That recipe of the banana onion soup with, oh my god, yeah. Flora, you will understand this. It was significantly worse than Malort. I didn't gag, but my soul did leave my body. That was one of the 5 worst things I've eaten in my life. I don't know if it's the worst thing I've eaten in my life, but it might be number 2. Oh. I felt it in my nose just now. Flora, you're so strong. No, I'm not gonna. Okay, that soup caused me to experience something that I've never experienced before. I experienced a feeling that I've never had in my life before, which is I was already sitting down and I felt the need to sit down. My whole body went, okay, you need to like sit down. You need to like, you are in too much of an upright standing position to deal with this right now. But I was already sitting down. And I've never experienced that before in my life. Oh my goodness. Yeah, now I'm actually fucking dust. Now I'm actually dead. Oh, I felt my body was like my soul was trying to clip through my chair. That's what it felt like. I felt like my body was trying to clip through my own chair. Yeah. Quantum disentangling myself. Mods, entangle this man's quantums. Okay. 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 My favorite origami. The lily. Favorite origami. Okay. Okay. I am... Oh. I gotta think. I gotta think. I gotta think. I gotta think. Oh. You know, Watch Doge, I've always thought it was really interesting that Socrates got killed. He's the only Greek that I am aware of who got killed for blasphemy under the Hellenistic belief system. And there's two kind of thought experiments about why he died. One is that it's because he was for political reasons. That Socrates was a supporter of the 30 tyrants who ruled over Athens. And the other is that he was just that annoying. That he was just so annoying that they felt the need to kill him. They felt the need to kill him. And the part about that is really funny to me is that this is Athens, and you know what Athens didn't do? They didn't do shit about Diogenes. Like, Like, you know, Diogenes was not that annoying. They let him hang out. That's the amazing part, is that like Diogenes only left Athens not because he got kicked out, but because he got enslaved and somehow wound up in in Corinth, and that's deeply funny. And I also like to imagine that he got enslaved and he wound up in Corinth and they just like didn't know what to do with him. Right? They just didn't know what to do with him. But I gotta say that based on my read of it, even though Diogenes was literally spitting on powerful people and literally pissing on people at parties, even that sounds a lot less obnoxious than hanging out with Socrates. Socrates could be the most annoying man in all of human history. And I used to hang out on political Twitter a lot. Hello, Plaguemaster Zarity. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, my stomach. My stomach. My poor, poor stomach. Let me think of what am I? How do I do this one? This one should be like the easiest one. Of them all. What? Stop what? Is the stream getting that bad? I have a plan, Space. I have a plan. Yeah, yeah, oh. And I've usually got a pretty strong stomach. Oh, what made Socrates so bad? Socrates was a condescending little dipshit whose entire thing that he was doing was just asking really annoying questions constantly. Just asking everybody constantly, like, how do you prove that? Are you sure you really believe that? And being like, well, I'm smarter than you because I don't know anything. All I know is that I know nothing. Like, he was just this really obnoxious little jackass. Really obnoxious little jackass. So I have a plan. I have a plan. Do not fret. Do not fret, my citizens. My countrymen. Do not fret. Do not fret. I have intentions. I have intentions. I have a plan for how I'm going to extricate myself from this situation. Well, yeah, my stomach is not pleasant. I usually have a pretty strong stomach. I will say that here's a little hint for you. Here's a little hint for you fellas and fellettes who are you fellas and fellettes. Oh no, that was not Diogenes. Diogenes was just openly insulting people. He was just calling people assholes and peeing on them and spitting on them and masturbating in public. Like, he was definitely a gross and awful dude to be around. But he still sounds more obnoxious. No, it's just waiting. It's just waiting. You're just waiting. I wish I was smart enough to set up an ARG. But alas, I am not Shindigs or something like that. I'm not Taiji. I'm not a cool streamer. I am merely a chill streamer. Okay. But yes. So I am being cryptic because I'm bad at describing things. Yeah, I saw it in a dream. I saw the plan in a dream. When I got knocked out, when I got knocked on my ass by that horrible soup. Yeah, it just killed me. We're just gonna finish up this crane. We're just gonna, I've got this is the last of it. But yes, I'm sorry. So for those of you who are getting on there in years, so for those of you who are getting on there in years, are you making a Hong Shou Chen reference? But yes, to for those of you who are getting up there in years, spicy food is actually not a super common heartburn trigger. I do not get heartburn from spicy food. Spicy food does not have any influence on my heartburn, and that's fairly typical. I started getting heartburn in my mid-20s, and it turns out that it was greasy food. That's the real bad one for me. And different people have different heartburn triggers. But mint is actually a pretty common one. Greasy food, alcohol, and mint are common ones. So, if you find that you are getting tummy hurt a lot and you're like, but I'm not having spicy food, think about those. Think about greasy food, mint, alcohol is another one, depressants. Yeah, spicy food's not a common one. That's not a common heartburn cause. I mean, I don't have, that's not a heartburn trigger for me, so I'm very grateful. But pay attention, Space. If you are getting heartburn a lot after you have a bunch of mint, then that might be a heartburn trigger for you. And I'm doing something wrong here. There's something I'm doing wrong here. I'm missing a step. I am missing a step. Let's go back down here. Oh, right. One more in. Something wrong here. I was like, there's definitely something wrong here. Okay. Okay. There we go. I need to. This is a very sloppy one, but I am comfortable with my slovenliness. I am comfortable with my slovenliness. So done.DAO. Done.DAO is actually the thing about so why does mint cause heartburn? Is actually the same reason why alcohol causes heartburn, which is that it causes was what mint does to you. Is mint relaxes things, right? So mint so what happens is that mint relaxes the word is sphincter, but I know people hate that word. The valve that keeps your stomach separated out. So like food goes down, you know, food goes down, right? Food goes down your throat. Food goes down your throat and gets to your stomach. And there's a part at the stomach that closes it off so that the acid doesn't come back up. The acid coming back up is heartburn. And mint relaxes the part that keeps the stomach closed off. So yeah, the same reason for alcohol. Alcohol and mint for the same reason. For me, it's greasy food, and it's because it keeps it from sealing back up properly. It keeps it from sealing back up well. So yeah. If you're getting on there in years, if you're starting to get up there, you might notice it more. Also sitting at weird postures. I noticed that I would get heartburn when I went to the bar and would sit next to a friend, and my friend would be next to me, so I would be like sitting like this. I would be sitting like at an angle, and that always that made it a lot worse. Those were like eating French fries and sitting at an angle were the two things that really made it bad for me. And then yeah, I don't really eat lots of greasy food anymore for that reason. That and it, you know, bad for the weight. Okay. Debut. Debuts June 17th, 19th, and 21st. Do not do what I did on stream. Do not do what I did today. Do not follow in my footsteps. This was atrocious. Tomorrow I am not streaming. Wednesday. Hold on. Oh my god, that was awful. Wednesday. I will not be here. Friday, I haven't figured out what I'm doing yet. Friday, I have not... Oh, dangerous game right there. We are going to go over to... So, where am I going to be Wednesday? Wednesday, I am starting around noon over at Capable Mabel's. I am going to be at Mabel's house. Where am I going to be on Wednesday, class? Where is class Wednesday? Where is class Wednesday? I just told you. I just told you where class is Wednesday. K-pop Yowie, what an incredible name. I love your name. Thank you for the follow. We'll be at Mabel's. Yes, we'll be at Mabel's. And you don't have an excuse if you are here because we are rating her right now. She will go live at 10. I will not join her at 10 on the dot. I will join her after a few minutes. But that's the raid message for subs. That's the raid message for subs. I will be at Mabel's. Go to my Discord for other announcements, especially if I figure out what I'm doing. If I can't figure out anything else on Friday, I will. Oh, that's the bits emote. Shit. That's the bits emote. Hold on. There we go. Use that one instead. Use that one instead. Use that one instead. Use that one instead. Okay.